We begin with a story you will only see on Western Mass News. We continue our exclusive reporting on the disappearance and death of Achim Bailey, the Springfield man who went missing after a night at Samuel's bar in the city earlier this year. Thank you for joining us at Western Mass News. I'm Beth Ward.
And I'm Chris Pisano. A hearing was held today at City Hall, called as a result of reporting by our own Western Mass News reporter James Villalobos, looking into whether the bar's security plan was followed the night Achim went missing. And James, you were at the meeting today, so what was discussed there?
Chris and Beth, I was. Today, the topic of discussion were these documents, the bar security plan, but the bigger question they wanted to get answered: was Achim Bailey intoxicated when he was kicked out of Samuel's in January? The Liquor Commission already voted unanimously twice not to take any action against the bar, but at stake today is their entertainment license. Today, we heard from witnesses who were at the bar and several others. For the second time, the owner of Samuel's, Eddie Grimaldi, faced the License Commission, this time with additional witnesses. At the first hearing last month, they were questioned about why the bar's cameras weren't working. Those were fixed about 2 weeks after Achim's disappearance. But with no video of what happened inside the bar, there were questions remaining about what happened before Achim was asked to leave when he allegedly flirted inappropriately with a woman. Today we learned.
Originally, I believe the bouncer stated it was one female. When I made contact with him again, over the summer, he told me it was 2 to 3 females who had accused Achim of inappropriately touching them.
Officer Barry Delamarter works with the Springfield Police Department's Strategic Impact Unit and is the liaison between police and the License Commission.
Did you ask him specifically if Mr. Bailey appeared intoxicated?
I did. He said he did not appear intoxicated. He wasn't stumbling. He wasn't unsteady on his feet. His recollection was he didn't have a conversation with him.
On Wednesday, we heard from the 2 Springfield police officers who were working on duty inside Samuel's that night.
What did you observe about Mr. Bailey? Did you make any observations about his demeanor?
No, he was walking fine. He was walking up with the bouncer.
Okay. Did he appear intoxicated to you?
No.
Okay.
Officer Edwin Torres, also working inside the bar that night, did not witness Achim being asked to leave, but says historically, Samuel's has handled the removal of intoxicated customers in a responsible manner.
If someone is intoxicated, how does the staff handle that?
It has happened before, and it's handled very good. The person is not allowed to leave by themselves, have to be with someone, or call them a cab, or something to that extent. But we don't just let people that are intoxicated just walk away.
But we know Achim was not called a cab because, according to Samuel's staff, he didn't appear intoxicated.
We don't conduct field sobriety tests, with each person as they leave. We use common sense and experience and training to determine that.
Owner Eddie Grimaldi telling the city that all of his bouncers are tip certified and know how to identify an intoxicated person. As for his security plan, Grimaldi says he wrote it himself because he's worried about his business's liability and public safety after someone leaves his establishment. When asked about why he didn't file an incident report as required in their security plan, Grimaldi says,
There was one customer complaining about another customer. If it had happened 2 hours earlier, the bouncer might have just told him just cut it out, and that would have been the end of it. But it was the end of the night. So he was just told simply, look, buddy, it's time to go. It didn't rise to the occasion of an incident. There would be nothing to write.
Officer Delamarter backing up Grimaldi, saying it wouldn't have made a difference.
The second report was actually in conjunction with and reviewed by Captain Duda, who is the head of the Major Crimes Unit and oversaw the missing person investigation. He was quite clear that the fact that an incident report wasn't done had no impact on this investigation. They were still able to gather video, get statements from people, and there was nothing that an incident report could have added to help them.
Delamarter also noted how in Samuel's security plan, nowhere does it say in it that they are required to provide any video from inside their bar to police or even to the city. Coming up at 6, we continue our exclusive coverage with the piece of evidence that has many people frustrated: video of Achim after he was kicked out of Samuel's in the parking lot. We get answers from those who work at the bar to get their take on what they believe Achim's condition was after watching that video. We also ask the officer who wrote the police report what he thinks. James Villalobos, Western Mass News.